Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 47 of the TEW 2020 Pro Wrestling Noah series here on the channel, as it is the Global Junior League, and we're going to do something a little different for this Global Junior League. I'm going to see how just kind of the formatting change here, just kind of see how it looks. So what we're going to do is, usually we show the pre-booking stuff and we put the card together. Because this Global Junior League, there's really not going to be any added matches. It's just going to be matches throughout the tournament. So why not? Instead of showing all that pre-booking stuff, we just run the show, and then we go through the tournament and whatnot. Just kind of, it doesn't save us a whole lot of time, but it's something that I personally just kind of want to see as far as how the episode's going to flow compared to what we usually do. Just something different. We're a lot of episodes in now, and sometimes it's nice to just try to figure some things out here and try to change it up a little bit. So, the Global Junior League, it is 2 blocks. It's going to be 9 days, and each block is going to get smushed together. So there's going to be 10 matches for each show. Block A, we got Alex Payne, Daisuke Harada, Dragon Kid, Kushida, Minoru Tanaka, Naruki Tanasaki, Naruki Doi, Taiji Shimori, and the new Junior Heavyweight Champion Impact. And this is a fun block though. We got Kushida in there, Daisuke Harada. You got some, a couple of former junior champs, Taiji Shimori. Obviously now with Pac being involved, Naruki Doi, of course, has been part of one of the better junior tag teams we've ever had. It's a fun little block. We got a lot of, as far as Dragon Kid, that's his first Global Junior League as a part of us, and yeah, I mean, Naruki Tanasaki's got something to prove maybe against his tag partner in Pac, and Alex Payne's always been someone that's looking to take the next step. Could be here. Winning this block would be huge for him. And then for Block B, we have Bobby Fish, Cedric Alexander, Keisuke Ishii, Kyle O'Reilly, Masato Yoshino, Nozawa, Ryusuke Taguchi, Super Crazy, Yoshida Kanemaru, and Zack Sabre Jr. So we have the junior tag champs in the same block in Nozawa and Super Crazy. We have Masato Yoshino, Kyle O'Reilly. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. It's Zack Sabre Jr. and Cedric Alexander making his first Global Junior League as far as debut. Ryusuke Taguchi, someone to always look out for. Yoshida Kanemaru, someone to watch out for. It's a tough block, I'd say, as far as comparing the two blocks. Block B, maybe a little tougher. A lot of tough guys, a lot of guys who have won this Global Junior League in the past. And obviously, our junior division has evolved so much throughout the time of this series, just with guys moving up from the junior division to the heavyweight division. We just seen the former junior champ and Kenny Omega bump up now to heavyweight. He'll be a part of the Global League, and yeah, I think just as a whole, I think this is going to be a fun junior Global League, and I think this should be a pretty fun little episode here. Hopefully, we have some big time matches. I think we're getting a lot of big time matches from Block B, but also from Block A as well. From Block A as well. Easy for me to say. So it's weird. We'll look and see if there's anything as far as a pre-booking, or not a pre-booking thing. We'll see if there's anything as far as a backstage incident. There's not. So we'll take a pause for the cause, and we'll run the show here. All right, night one. Day one starts off with a Minoru Tanaka Dragon Kid match, which Minoru Tanaka gets to win the Minoru Special in Minoru Special 2 in 10 minutes. As I think we've had a couple matches in the past here, and Minoru Tanaka to get the win makes sense. Had the better performance all around. A 69 here for Nozawa, and Keisuke Ishii, nice as Nozawa driver in 1554. Part of the B block there. As another B block match was Masato Yoshino taking out Super Crazy here as Masato Yoshino getting the one with the lightning spiral. This was the Steal the Show match. Felt like this was the best chance for Masato Yoshino to showcase his speed and skill. I think he did a really good job there. As Taguchi losing to Cedric Alexander. This is a huge win for Cedric. This is his first Global Junior League. Looking to make a big splash, big impact. Looking to climb that junior division. Does so with a big win over Taguchi there. It's pretty close, too, so that's a great win. I'm surprised Taguchi didn't complain about the loss, because it's about a 20-30 point difference in pop. It's pretty significant. A 77 here for Alex Payne, and Taiji Shimori is the Hemo Celio for Ishimori, and 23-41. Good stuff there. Nice A little win for Ishimori to start off the Global Junior League. The 79 for Naruki Tanasaki and Naruki Doi. Huge upset here, mainly because of Naruki Tanasaki being real off his game, but tough break for Naruki Doi. I was hoping this would be a little closer, but it got the crowd hotter though still, so shout out that. Then 78 here for Zack Sabre Jr. Yoshinobu Kanemaru, as Zack with the PK kick in 23 minutes, as he gets a big win, big start. They have great chemistry, nice little match. So far, the peak has definitely been, if you're in the 80 plus category, you're sitting great, but I don't think that's going to happen. So far, it hasn't happened, especially because it's set as a tour show, too. But Kushida, getting with the Kushida lock over Taichi in 25 minutes. Fun little match there. As then we have the Red Dragon colliding on day one. Kyle gets the win over Bobby Fish, the better Red Dragon teammate gets the win. Who would have thought? And that's the co-main too. So I put a lot of faith in Kyle O'Reilly. Probably shouldn't have, but that's okay. He couldn't really carry Bobby Fish, and I did not know that they didn't have any chemistry. I'm pretty sure that was a thing that we just figured out for the first time here. Could be wrong. That fucking sucks. Because I'm sure if I would have known that they did not have a great chemistry, we would have changed that. So I'm pretty sure that's a first time thing. That sucks. That luckily though, it doesn't change our pop or anything. But yeah, that just who would have thought though the Naruki Tanasaki and Naruki Doi match is going to be the best thing on this card? Did not expect that. Even with the chemistry boost from Zack and Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and let alone Tanasaki being really off his game. So that was impressive. Impressive. So that's day one. We'll take a look at the standings after the first 4 days of action. But yeah, on to day two we go. Day two starts off with another win for Cedric Alexander, as he's 1 point better than Keisuke Ishii with a lumbar check victory for Cedric Alexander just under the 15-minute mark. So, steal the show match to start off the show. Cedric is so far red hot to start off this Global Junior League with 2 straight wins. Kushida and Dragon Kid. Thought about giving that a little bit more time, but wanted to cut it down a little bit, so felt like 16 was the perfect time for that, and he gets the win with the Kushida lock, so that's 2 straight wins for Kushida. 74 here. This could have been a little higher. Nozawa against Yoshinobu Kanemaru, as Nozawa with the Nozawa driver, just under the 20-minute mark, as, yeah, obviously, this very, would be a unique match to see, because I think by this point, Kanemaru would not be, performing probably at the highest rate as he did a solid 10 years ago, as far as, quality-wise and bell-to-bell-wise. But, obviously Nozawa, as far as a junior style, very different than what a traditional Super Junior is. So this match would be very unique in the sense that it would not be a bell-to-bell classic. You'd have to do a lot of bells and whistles for this to work. I think around at this time in 2015, just I think age-wise, it played into a big factor here between these two. But luckily, TEW and at least this mod does not factor that in, so it's a 74 here. It's a 79 for Zack Sabre Jr. Super crazy. Another match where Zack has great chemistry with someone as he gets in with the Sabre driver in 21:37. Good win there for Zack Sabre Jr. Another 79 is Ishimori beating Naoki Tanasaki with the Himmelcelio. That's another win for Taiji Ishimori there. That's 2 straight wins for him. First time meeting between these two in a singles matchup as Daisuke Harada and Naruki Doi. Tough break for Naruki Doi again, as this one's not really an upset. I mean, it's a slight upset, but could have went either way. Harada pistol for Daisuke Harada in 22 minutes. Probably could have been the main event, if we're being honest, but it was a Block B show to be main evented on, so could have been a co-main. This definitely could have been a main event, though. Masato Yoshino versus Bobby Fish gets an 80. Lightning Spiral for Masato Yoshino, and he's going to be the one to beat for sure in that Block B. I mean, Block B's tough. With Kyle and him and even Nozawa. I mean, there's some tough guys. Zack Sabre Jr., but he's someone to definitely watch out for. 72 here for Alex Payne and Taichi, as this is Alex Payne's first win over Taichi. So he gets the one with the sweet spot in 22:20. And it's an upset. It's a slight upset, but it's an upset nonetheless. Then Minoru Tanaka and Pac, they have great chemistry. Felt like this was a perfect match to have as the co-main, as it's an 80, and just Pac having a great performance here, and a nice win, and that's just a great showing there all around, giving Pac the win with a 6:30 in 24 minutes. And our main event, as Kyle O'Reilly versus Ryusuke Taguchi, pretty close as far as back and forth wise. Kyle gets the win just under 24 minutes with ankle lock. Could have probably gave this a little bit more time, but especially with it being the main event, but just felt like a 24-minute match was just a perfect little spot for this. And yeah, it's a pretty good day again. Much better than day one, obviously. Besides the Cedric Alexander Keisuke Ishii match, everything would have been in the dark green, which is pretty solid, especially for where our junior division's at right now. But hell yeah, first 2 days in the books. On to day 3 we go. So we have a backstage incident to talk about real quick. As Pac was brought for wrestler's court, accused of being observed by his phone when he should have been paying attention to the locker room meeting, as the judge, Kazuchika Sakuraba, found him guilty and sentenced to buy a crate of beer for the locker room. Yeah, now let's run the show. Alright, so we knew this one wasn't going to click, so we had it start off the show, but it was an okay match still, as Zack Sabre Jr. gets in with the Sabre driver in 10 minutes. But yeah, I mean, we just, we knew at least going in that this was not going to be great. If we get saved there, is Kyle O'Reilly beating Keisuke Ishii with the Tornado DDT in 16 minutes. And then with 62 for Dragon Kid and Alex Payne. We had this set as a Steal the Show match, which is probably a bad idea, but and also probably should have had Alex Payne get the win there. But that's neither here nor there, since Alex Payne was the better guy. The 72 for Cedric Alexander Nozawa. This is where Cedric's winning streak comes to an end, and rightfully so. Nozawa, the better in-ring performer, at least according to the mod, as Nozawa driver in 24 minutes. The 71 for Naoki Tanizaki and Tai Chi. So this was a 1-point difference between the two men. And Tai Chi getting the win to Black Mephisto. Could have went either way, but I'm happy, Tai Chi gets the win here, to be honest. 72 for Super Crazy and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Super Crazy getting his first win of the tournament, the trifecta in 20 minutes. As, tough break for Yoshinobu Kanemaru, but, again, could have went either way. Daisuke Harada beating Minoru Tanaka with a Harada pistol in 1936. It was a nice little match. Decent little match. A 78 here for Naruki Doi and Taiji Ishimori. It's Ishimori with the Hemocilio. He has been on a roll. As a Naruki Doi, he has had some tough breaks because he's been outperforming a lot of people that he's lost to. It's a 78 here as Masato Yoshino is just running through people so far. It's a lightning spiral from Masato Yoshino and 2250. All around, that's a good performance, I'd say. For Masato Yoshino and even Ryusuke Taguchi. But our main event, the Junior Heavyweight Champion, falls short to Kushida as Kushida beats Pac with a Kushida lock. And he's been someone to watch out for Block A. Getting the win over the Junior Champ is a huge feather in the cap. And there's still so much more to happen. As not a bad show. Again, I don't think it's going to be anything worse than what we saw day one. Just had the unfortunate stance of having a terrible chemistry match that we didn't know about going into the main event. Just sucks that luckily nothing significant happened as far as we didn't lose Pop or anything, but it just sucks as a whole. But yeah, after this next show coming up, we'll take a look at the standings, see where everybody's at, and so far no one's gotten hurt, nothing terrible's happened, so yeah, just fingers crossed everybody stays healthy and we get through this Global Junior League unscathed. Alright, day 4, we also have a match that has terrible chemistry that we just figured better start off the show. As Alex Payne losing to Pac in 10 minutes to 6:30. Junior Champ doing pretty well for himself. And he had the one loss against Kushida. Other than that, he's been pretty well. As Masato Yoshino versus Keisuke Ishii. This is the Steal the Show matchup. As Masato Yoshino getting the win to Lightning Spiral. 11:25. See, does a lot of heavy lifting in that matchup. It's a 66 for Bobby Fish and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Probably should have been a little lower on the card, but that's okay. It's the deep impact for Kanemaru, and that's, I want to say that might be his first win of the tournament. As Naruki Tanizaki, another upset for Dragon Kid, as he gets the win with the Ultra Hurricane Rana in 1751. 75 here for Cedric Alexander and Kyle O'Reilly, which is a really good match. I wanted to be a little bit higher on the card, but this is a pretty stacked night. And this is a fun little match, but a Tornado DDT for Kyle O'Reilly, too. You rarely see that from Kyle's. An 80 for Naruki Doi, and Tai Chi as another upset here, as Tai Chi getting the win with the Black Mephisto in 22 minutes. Poor Naruki Doi. He's been fucked over so many times. Here's Kushida beating Minoru Tanaka with Kushida lock in 23-23. Nice win for Kushida, who's been on a tear. It's a 76 for Nozawa and Super Crazies, the Global Junior not the global junior, the junior heavyweight tag team champions battling it out against each other. As Nozawa is the better of the two. Just makes sense there as he gets one with the Nozawa driver. 76 again for Ishimori and Daisuke Arata here as Taiji Ishimori really off his game, completely got destroyed by Daisuke Arata, who probably should have got the win here. Even without the just Ishimori being really off his game. It's an 80 though for our main event, delivered in a big way as Taguchi getting a win over Zack Sabre Jr. with the Dodon. As far as Taguchi beat him last year during the Global Junior League, but then as far as before that match, Zack had beaten him twice before, so we make it 50-50 here in the series. That's a nice win. Nice win for Taguchi, and that's a good main event. Nice little show, yeah. I mean, the Tai Chi Naruki Doi match probably should have been a little higher. Probably could have flipped this with this and then bumped this up, or bumped this down rather, to have it where Yoshino and Keisuke Ishii kind of starts off the trend here, but that's okay. So still a nice little night. As we'll take a look at the standings, see where we're at. I think as far as changing of the format for this Global Junior League, we'll be flying by this episode for sure. But I think it's a nice change of pace. I don't know if we'll do this every time, but it's a nice little idea to just kind of change it up a little bit. As we'll take a look here, see where we're at. So Kushida and Taiji Ishimori right now are leading A block with 4 straight wins, 8 points each. Of course, as far as Kushida has the tiebreaker win over Pac, so it's going to come down really mainly those top 3 right now. Daisuke Arata, Dragon Kid, and Tai Chi with 4 points. 2 points for Alex Payne, Minoru Tanaka, and Naruki Tanasaki. Naruki Doi, every single one of those matches, he's probably been the better guy in, and he lost all of them. Tough ass break for him. I can't believe it, but it's still early. A lot can still happen. As far as he hasn't faced Pac yet, he has faced as far as he hasn't faced Kushida either, so a lot can happen still with Naruki Doi. It's not over yet for him. As for Block B, as Kyle O'Reilly, Masato Yoshino, and Ozawa all with 4 straight wins. Zack Sabre Jr. With 6 points. Of course, his one loss to Taguchi, what we just saw, which that's Taguchi's first win. So Cedric Alexander with 4, and then Taguchi, Super Crazy, and Kanemaru with 2, and of course 0 for Keisuke Ishii and Bobby Fish. I mean, that's a pretty solid top 4, though, and Kyle O'Reilly, Masato Yoshino, Nozawa, and Zack Sabre Jr. Pretty solid top 4. As we'll see what happens. We'll take a look at the standings after day 6. I think that's a good point to look and see where we're at. So yeah, on to day 5. Alright, day 5 starts off with Zack Sabre Jr. versus Keisuke Ishii, which Zack Sabre Jr. almost got outperformed as he was really off his game, but he gets the one with the PK kick. Got the crowd buzzing somehow. Not exactly sure why. I don't think this was for Steal the Show. Maybe it was. No, it was. So not the best match to pick as a Steal the Show match. 62 here from Minoru Tanaka and Alex Payne. As Alex Payne with a sweet spot, even though he was a couple of points below Minoru Tanaka as far as in-ring performance-wise. But I think as a whole, could have went either way. There as Bobby Fish versus Super Crazy. As Bobby Fish gets his first win. Gets with the Manhattan Drop in 15:54. Interesting. As a 73 for Dragon Kid and Naruki Doi. Finally, Naruki Doi gets on the board. Far overdue for this one as Naruki Doi gets the win with the Muscular Bomb. 76 for Naruki Doi. I mean, he's tremendous. 74, though, for Taguchi and Kanemaru. It's Taguchi with the Dodon in 21-27. He's beaten Zack Sabre Jr. and Yoshida Kanemaru now. 75 for Naruki Tanasaki and Pac as the Black Arrow for Pac in 24 minutes. Tag partners colliding here. Originally had this set as a draw. It just felt like that was a bit of a stretch. Felt like Pac should just at least get the win instead. So there we go. As Tai Chi beats Taiji Ishimori, and that's Ishimori's first loss of the tournament as he takes the loss there, and he did outperform him. It's a tough break, an upset, but I love Tai Chi though. Anytime he can get an upset win, I'm all for it. So 77 for Cedric Alexander, Masato Yoshino, which another great performance for Yoshino, and right now he's tied with Kushida depending on what happens in their match, or not. He's not tied with, as far as he's tied with depending on what happens between the next match here between Kyle O'Reilly and Nozawa, as Kyle O'Reilly losing to Nozawa as he takes the Nozawa driver in 28 minutes. So we have, as far as Nozawa and Masato Yoshino ahead here. And also Zack Sabre Jr. rounding up the group, but that is your top two after 5 days for Block B. Tough break for Kyle O'Reilly there, losing to Nozawa. But our main event, and it's a hell of a main event. It's crazy to think this is the first time Kushida's beaten Daisuke Harada in a singles match since 2011. 4 years in the making. The previous 3 singles contests of all came from a Daisuke Harada win. I can't believe it though. And Daisuke Harada, he did outperform him. So I mean, it's justified at least. Yeah, that's nice little show there. An 80. We'll gladly take that. As on to day 6 we go. Alright, day 6 as Keisuke Ishii beating Yoshida Kanemaru. It's a big win for Keisuke Ishii here. Pretty close. I mean, there was only a point difference between the two. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. 61 here for Taiji Shimura and Dragon Kid. It pains me that this is not as good as I would hope it would be. Ishimori is starting to decline, which is unfortunate. As he beats Dragon Kid though with him, Ocilio in 9:59. Also, I think Dragon Kid is too. I'm just kind of curious to see. Yeah, Dragon Kid is actually declining physically, so that sucks. After bringing him in, I was hoping we'd be able to use him, but it's just not looking good. As Naruki Tanasaki getting the win with the Minoru Special number 2, and he gets the win in 23-25. As that's a big win for Minoru Tanaka there for Naruki Tanasaki. Slight upset. As Cedric Alexander and Zack Sabre Jr. have a fun little match. As Zack getting the one with the Sabre driver in 23-33. It's a good match there. Good match there. There's a 73 here for Bobby Fish and Nozawa. As Bobby Fish stops the undefeated streak of Nozawa with another Manhattan drop in 17:37. I hate that that's his finish in this. I mean, somewhat close. It was an upset, but it wasn't a crazy upset. So, yeah, Bobby Fish beating Nozawa. That's, of course, the Red Dragon, Perros de Mal story. Still got a lot of wrinkles to it. And 72 here for Alex Payne and Kushida. It's Kushida with the Kushida lock at 18 minutes. As a 64 for Super Crazy and Raisuke Taguchi. I had way too much faith in this. It's a decent little match, but Taguchi gets the win with a Dodon in 17:45. We got a 74 for Harada and Tai Chi as Daisuke Harada with the Harada pistol in 26-20. It's a good performance there from Daisuke Harada. Not bad at all. And a 77 as Naruki Doi beats Pac with the muscular bomb. There's Naruki Doi. It's coming in big with a couple of these big-time matches. That's the co-main event of this night. As the main event, it is a 30-minute time limit draw between Masato Yoshino and Kyle O'Reilly. So Yoshino's undefeated streak comes to an end, but he still hasn't lost. He's just not undefeated anymore. He's got the draw now, which is 1 point each, which shakes up Block B a little bit there. We'll take a look at the standings now after 6 nights of action, as we just have our final 3 shows left. Obviously, we've probably... I bet this episode is probably not even going to be 30 minutes long by how we're doing this, because I feel like we're kind of going around anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes, just because we don't have any angles to discuss. It's just matches and try to give a little insight into some things that we're doing. Pay raise for Koi Sato. As the tournament standings, Kushida in the lead of Block A, still undefeated as far as his matches left. Naruki Tanasaki, Naruki Doi, and Taiji Shimori. So that is a huge match left for both those guys. Pac with 8, and that's pretty much it as far as the top 3. It is really basically a 3-man block, because Daisuke Harada and Tai Chi got a long ways to go to catch up to anybody. They would finish with 12 right now, and that might be enough if Kushida ends up losing out the rest of the blocks. But even then, Taiji Shimori has, if he would beat Kushida, so that would obviously mean that Taiji Shimori would get the tiebreaker win all out of all those guys. But it's pretty, as far as no one's winless, it's either the rest have either 4 points or 2 points. Naruki Doi, though, has some, has maybe the biggest win of the entire tournament for this block, beating Pac. Gets a future title match out of that, and even if he comes up short, which he definitely is. He's not even going to maybe even finish with double-digit points, which is crazy to think. But that's just sometimes that's the way she goes. As it's tough out here. It's a lot easier said than done to have a good block in any type of tournament here in the round robin tournaments. Whether it's the tag league, the junior tag league, obviously the global junior league, or the regular global league. So for Block B, Masato Yoshino does have the 1 point lead, but then you have obviously Nozawa with 10, Zach with 10, and Kyle with 9. It's going to come down to those 4 for sure, and that's a hell of a final 4. Zach still has to face Kyle O'Reilly, so that's a big time match. Yoshihino still has to face Nozawa. That's another big time match, and also Yoshihino's still got to face Zack Sabre Jr. So there's a lot of big time matches still left for Block B. It is nice to see that at least everyone in the block has gotten a win. There's no one that's winless. And, Keisuke Ishii got his first win. We just saw, against Kanemaru, and Super Crazy, he's had his first win a tournament a while ago against Kanemaru, which it's funny that both guys got that first win over Kanemaru, and of course Kanemaru beat Bobby Fish. Yeah, a lot going on though. Cedric, started off hot, but definitely cooled down a little bit. Still has some matches left though that he could probably steal. As far as got Bobby Fish left, and he's got Super Crazy and Kanemaru left, so he could realistically, finish with 10 points. I don't think that's too far of a stretch. On to day 7 we go. Alright, day 7 starts off with Super Crazy and Keisuke Ishii, as Super Crazy with the trifecta in 1306. I got a 65, Super Crazy better performer there, makes sense, and him getting the win. As Tai Chi beating Dragon Kid with the Black Mephisto. Dragon Kid's going to have one of the shortest runs I think a junior's ever had in the company. It's not looking too hot. Big mistake having him be a part of this. He should have been replaced by either Ricky Marvin or either Atsushi Aoki or even Kotori Suzuki, who is now gone now, by the way. We let him go as far as we let his contract expire because he started to climb more and more. Just felt like it was a waste of having him around. As Ryusuke Taguchi beating Bobby Fish with a Dodon in 15:57. That's a 67 for him. And Bobby Fish has a 65. Hiroshi Kanemaru and Cedric Alexander's Kanemaru with the deep impact over Cedric Alexander in 1801. So there goes the double-digit pipe dream for Cedric Alexander. So 74, though, for Daisuke Harada and Alex Payne is the Harada pistol there in 20 minutes. Nice win for Daisuke Harada. 69 here for Naruki Doi, and Minoru Tanaka's the muscular bomb in 20 minutes for Naruki Doi. 73 for Kushida and Naruki Tanasaki, as that's another big win for Kushida, who is looking to secure that block. He still has 2 more matches left, but he's in a very good spot. As Kyle O'Reilly losing to Zack Sabre Jr., and Zack did outperform him, so that's a big win for Zack Sabre Jr. as he wins with the Sabre driver in 29-10. It's a great win for Zack Sabre Jr. right before the 30-minute mark, busting out the Sabre driver, but Masato Yoshino beating Nozawa with the Lightning Spiral in our co-main event, and that is a huge win for him, as that is a great securing of the first place there for Masato Yoshino. Zack Sabre Jr. believe has now jumped into second place as far as being able to, because I believe it's 13-12 as far as points there. So that's an interesting 1 and 2. As Pac beats Taiji Shimori in our main event in 29 minutes. It's only a point difference. Taiji Shimori brought his A game, but it wasn't enough there. As that's a great win for Pac, and not a bad show. If obviously this was a Block B main event, obviously it would have been a lot better, but unfortunately it was not. Even though we could have probably had Harada and Alex Payne as the main, it would have been a little bit better. But that's okay. I'll take a 73. It's no problem at all. So we'll take a look at the standings after this Day 8 show, just to kind of see what the standings are looking like going into the final night. As, let's see it for Day 8. Alrighty, Day 8, Bobby Fish losing to Keisuke Ishii to start off the show. As, nice win for Keisuke Ishii, even though he gets outperformed. It's still a decent little match to kick off the show. 72, though, for Daisuke Harada and Dragon Kid. Giving Daisuke Harada a nice little 10-minute match here, as he beats Dragon Kid with a Harada pistol. in 9:53. Yeah, 73 there for Daisuke Arata. Super Crazy and Cedric Alexander have a fun little match. It's trifecta for Super Crazy. Nice win there. Poor Cedric Alexander hasn't really been able to pull off any wins as of late. Another 68 as Alex Payne beats Naoki Tanizaki with a sweet spot. Relative, a point difference between the two there. Probably could have been below, 17-minute match, but that's okay. And it's alright as Minoru Tanaka losing to Taiji Shimura at the Himmel Celio in 22-37, as that's a big win for Taiji Shimori as the ever-changing Block A. And Block B, Nozawa beats Raisuke Taguchi, get back on the right track as he gets to win with the Nozawa driver in 25 minutes. That gets a 70, a 79 here for Pac and Tai Chi is the 6:30 for Pac, getting the win in 2012, 22-12 there, as Pac has done pretty well for himself, I would say, as the junior champion. He's only lost twice, so it's not bad at all going into the final night. It's a 74 for Kyle O'Reilly and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. He keeps on winning with this Tornado DDT. He's really getting it over. And in a 73, someone had to get fucking hurt. Finally, somebody gets hurt. Luckily, it's just a cracked tailbone, which sucks, but could have been a lot worse as Kushida gets in with a Kushida lock over Naruki Doi. Probably should have went to Naruki Doi there, who's been fantastic in this, and it was Naruki Doi caused it, so thanks a lot, Naruki Doi. But at 81 here for a hell of a main event between Masato Yoshino and Zack Sabre Jr. as Zack comes up short, takes the lightning spiral in 28 minutes, and that's a hell of a main event, though. Really, really good match. Getting 80. And we'll take a look at the standings. Once we actually get to the final show, day 9 here, we'll, before we run the show, we'll look at the standings there to kind of talk about what's going on here. And just kind of, maybe... Oh, no, we'll just do it now. Fuck it. Well, now I'm saying that. Looks like the game is wanting to freeze. So we will take a pause for the cause. And, yeah, we'll just show it before we run the show. Alright, so I opted just to not even show the standings, because we'll talk about it when it's over. But basically, most of the matches, as far as they had already... Basically, the standings had already played out to the point where we kind of already knew who's going to win, even going into this final night, which is not great, but as far as Taguchi here gets to win the opener against Kaisuke Ishii with the Dodan in 12:58. It's an 85 for Dragon Kid and Pac. It's Pac with the 6:30 and 15:49. As even though he does not win his block, he will have a title match at the Great Voyage show. So he'll be taking on Naruki Doi on that night. 73 here for Cedric Alexander and Bobby Fish. Great win for Cedric Alexander with the lumbar check. Bobby Fish was very upset about losing to Cedric Alexander here. Another 73. Tai Chi beating Minoru Tanaka with the Black Mephisto in 1812. And 79 for Kyle O'Reilly beating Super Crazy with the Tornado DDT yet again. I love it as he gets to win in 20 minutes. 81 for Masato Yoshino beating Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and he has secured his place here at this win, and he will be going on to the finals. Let's see who he's going to take on as Alex Payne in Naruki Doi. Here's Naruki Doi getting the win with a muscular bomb in 22:35. That's a great win there. And then Daisuke Arata beating Naoki Tanizaki with the Arata pistol in 24:11. So good stuff there, which will now lead to our co-main event. And Kushida is your winner of Block A. Even though he loses, he still is going on to the finals. And he's taking on Masato Yoshino. You see here, you got Zack beating Nozawa. Big win for Zack Sabre Jr., but unfortunately it's not enough. It's an 85, though, so that's a great main event, even for a show like this, which is super, super awesome to see. Yeah, Pac Dragon Kid probably should have been way higher on the card, but that's okay. Probably should have put it right before Ishimori and Kushida. But our card for this Great Voyage show is going to be nuts. We'll run it through it before we get to the final show here. It is a couple of days away, but I mean, it's pretty stacked. There's some great-ass matches, and we'll have to... I think there's one match I have to add, though. I don't have an opener, but everything's ready to go. I believe there's going to be 4 title matches plus the finals of the Global Junior League. So basically 5 title matches on the card. Should be a banger as we've now prepared for the Global League. And we'll see how Kazuchika Okada is able to, he's going into this night here as far as it's not going to have a title match, but Tetsuya Naito's got a title match. He's in the main event. We have a return match from the Shy Navigation show where after Laughter 7 beat Brave and Go Shizaki, Naomichi Marufuji, and Muhammad Yan, they had like a non-title tag match where Go and Marufuji won. So here we're gonna have that title match here and so much more. So yeah, we'll run down the card here in a second. Alrighty, so the card for the Great Voyage in Tokyo Volume 3 show. Main event, Chris Hero vs. Tetsuya Naito for the JT Emerald Openweight title. We also have a JT Tag Team title matchup between Go Shiozaki and Naomichi Marufuji against Laughter 7, of course, like we talked about. Global League Finals, Kushida versus Masato Yoshino. Winner, of course, will take on the winner of the GHC Junior Heavyweight title matchup between Naruki Doi and Pac. We also have a 6-man of Money and Mayhem, Okada, Ishii, and Goto taking on the Golden Lovers and Takeshi Morishima. We needed a heavyweight guy to team with the Golden Lovers, and just felt like Morishima was kind of the best bet. Just a little prequel to the Global League type of thing there. Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup, Red Dragon versus Perros de Mal de Japón, the new Junior Heavyweight Tag Team champions. And then also having a little, since we're doing Kings of Wrestling versus LIJ, in the main felt like we needed to do something on the undercard, so we have Claudio and Devitt taking on Soya and Sonata, which was a match we did during the Global Tag League not even last year, this year, because Hero got hurt during it. And and that was like an 85 when we did that then, so I'm assuming it's going to be around the same thing. And to kick off the show, a Diamond Ring Laughter 7 matchup, Sakuraba and Taguchi taking on Katsuki Nakajima and Keno. That should be fun, as that is the card. I think that's one of our better cards we've put together, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if everything in this card is like an 85 and up, besides the Red Dragon Perros de Mal de Japón matchup, which even then, that might even be an 85 matchup. I really do believe that. I think this card has the ability to do that. So we'll start, obviously, at the top. Hero, Naito for the Jiu-Jitsu Emerald Openweight title, and Naito's going to retain. That should be a banger, though, and that's a great match for Hero to have, as Go and Marufuji, they lose in the return match here between Kenta and Shibata. As far as they've had a couple of, they had the to win the tag team title matches back in May. Mainly, Katsuri Shibata and Kenta have gotten the better of the two men. But, I just felt like this was, for the best. And it was the right idea as far as that goes. Then we have the Global Junior League Finals, and it is Masato Yoshino, so he will take on the winner of Naruki Doi and Pac. Is it going to be Speed Muscle colliding to end out the year, or is it going to be Yoshino versus Pac? So Money Mayhem versus the Golden Lovers plus Morishima. As Morishima's going to get the win, it's going to beat Hiroki Goto there. I think we're going to change that, actually. I want to have Money Mayhem get a win. I think we're going to just flip it. We'll have Goto get a win over Morishima. I think having some experience and, team chemistry and whatnot should play into effect there, as then Naruki Doi losing to Pac, so it is going to be Pac versus Yoshihino for the junior title at Volume 4. But Pac gets the win here. Nice start to his reign, I would say, and I think it's going to be a pretty good match. So then the junior heavyweight tag team title matchup, Red Dragon, Perros de Mal de Japón. Nozawa's going to be Bobby Fish for the junior heavyweight tag team title, so that's going to be their first defense. Ooh. I forgot they had the junior tag league finals, which was back in July. I figured there'd be enough time had passed, but no, I guess there has not been enough time, but they've had a couple of matches now, at least in 2015. This will be the 5th time in the same calendar year, which is a lot. So there goes us thinking that it will be a 85 plus match show card for everything, but it still should be a pretty good card. That was Claudio and Devitt are going to beat Soya and Sonata. Soya and Sonata beat them during the Global Tag League, so it just feels like makes sense here. Claudio's going to beat Soya. 24 minutes, and then to kick off the show, Nakajima and Keno are going to steal the show against Sakuraba and Taguchi as Nakajima and Keno are going to get the win. Obviously, future Congo, team, and I do love that team a lot, even though it's kind of, Keno's in a weird spot. I'm thinking about having him maybe go on a junior run. I'm not sure yet, because he's kind of in a weird spot right now, as far as he's very talented, and I think he's going to excel once we get him ready to go, but it's just our heavyweight division so stacked, and our junior division could maybe use a new spark. So just the potential there as far as that goes. So we'll probably have to change, assuming regarding one of the refs, we'll just change that one for now and see if that was, nope, that made it worse. As back to Red Shoes, and I don't think it was Sasuke. Yeah, it's Hayabusa, but let's say, there we go, not there. Shida Yoshino, there we go, perfect. We'll give it to Kinsuke, actually, Sasuke. Perfect. So our pre-show matches, we'll have it be as a tag match. Whoosh, Sombra versus the Bucks. As we'll have Nick Jackson getting the win. And then we'll go with a heavyweight tag. Go Muscle Bombers, Strong Big Japan. It's a hell of a match to be on the pre-show, to be honest. As we'll have Okabayashi get the win. All right. I mean, that was super fast again. We're just locked in, I feel like. We know what's going on, and we know what we want to do as far as direction-wise. And yeah, we're going to be in the Tokyo Dome. Let's run the show. 63 of the first of the two pre-show matches. A whole lot of green, though. There's the Bucks get the win. Sombra, though, is getting a lot better, which is awesome to see. It's more bang for your buck for Nick Jackson over Rush. Oh, God. It skipped over the pre-show, the last pre-show match, but we have the opener, which was too short. God damn it, there's Nakajima pinning Sakuraba with the Bridging German suplex. Nice win for Keno and Nakajima. 80s and 81s there, got the crowd buzzing. It's an 82 for Claudio and Devitt against Soya and Sonata, which Sonata with a 91, great rating. Right decision, though. Devitt and Claudio, even without the excellent chemistry boost like Soya and Sonata have, they still outperformed them. Broken nose, though, for Soya Sonata. That's tough. Tough break. There's an 80 for Red Dragon against Perros de Mal de Japón as Bobby Fish for the 49. Jesus Christ. But Perros de Mal de Japón get the win as a Sour Driver over Bobby Fish. And yeah, it was out with an 85. Best guy in the match. Which is wild to think. With Kyle O'Reilly being involved. It's an 86 for Naruki Doi and Pac. Lack of psychology. Yeah. But hell of a match, though, as Pac is win the 630, and that's his first defense of the junior heavyweight title. We have an 87 for the sixth man of Money Mayhem versus Morishima with the Golden Lovers, as the GTR for Goto there over Morishima in 26-28. So a great win for Goto. This was a hell of a match, though. Goto and Ishii, I mean, they were not up to snuff to everybody else in this match, but that's crazy. Ibushi with a 97s. Yeah, I mean, what can you say about this roster, though? I mean, our heavyweight division's pretty elite right now. We're very blessed as Kushida losing to Masato Yoshino. It's only an 80. Lightning Spiral here, and we have our winner of the Global Junior League, Masato Yoshino, who did a very good job. It sucks about Kushida's injury, but even then he still would have got outperformed, and lack of selling too on display, so that sucks. Hopefully we bounce back, which we do with our co-main event tag team title matchup. The third defense for the Kenta Shibata team as they beat Marufuji and Go. Kenta with a Busaika knee overgo in 32-30. Hell of a match. Shibata was off his game, still was the best guy in the match. Great job there. Let's see if the main event can deliver, which it should. Oh my god, a 98 as Naito makes his third defense of the GTM World Openweight title. And he gets the win to Destino in 32-33. So all champions retain. Great night to be a champion. Obviously, we had to have a winner of the Global League. Hell of a show, though. I was, it's nice to see that guy at 76. But, yeah, I think it's weird because, obviously, when I saw that, Pac and Ricky Dillon match, it's like, that's going to be a tough one to decide what's going to be the better junior heavyweight title, or the better junior singles match. It's going to be Pac and Doi or Yoshino and Kushida, but, yeah, I mean, I figured it'd be a little closer than that, but I'm still close to having a 85 plus range matches for the entire card. That's kind of the goal going forward. Just see nothing but light blue the entire time. I will say this though, we're in October. We're almost at 50 episodes. It's kind of getting to the point with this series where we need a challenge, and I don't know exactly what we could do to have that challenge. We'll be in year 6. There's really nothing more you can do. I think this mod, I don't think it was built to last that long as far as the save goes. So maybe potentially, episode 50 is coming up. Could be a perfect time to end it. Just kind of, throwing it out there. Just feel like it's in a hell of a place as far as the roster and whatnot. I'm sure there's a lot more stories we can tell. But right now, it's just kind of playing it by ear and just being like, what else can we do? It's been fun. It's been fun for sure, and I think we'll keep it rolling for now. And even like by the time episode 50 comes around, depending on where we're at as far as like schedule wise too, like if it's like during the tag league, we probably won't end it on the tag league. That'd be kind of weird. We'll try to make it like a big deal, or at least make it to the Memorial Show, the Masao Memorial Show, and end it there, potentially. But yeah, just kind of thinking ahead. But what a main for Tetsuya Naito and Chris Hero. What a match there, and then the tag team title matchup was tremendous. I love how Naito can deliver in a big time way and follow the tag team title match after he's not the heavyweight champion anymore, when he's just the the fucking open weight champ, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll put over Shibata. And thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time for the Global League. Take care, everyone.